Hey guys, thanks again for visiting us at RS Aquaculture. Do like and subscribe if you like our content. So today we're just going to go through the typical pump issues that we have faced throughout these 2 years of farming with the mud crab tondo. So for those who are familiar with our brand, you have actually seen that which manufacturer that we bought from and what are the pump that we're using. So this is the part that always fails in a pump. It is essentially called a mechanical bearing. So bearing is a component used between two parts that allow rotational movement. So essentially what you see on the outer track of the bearing is what's fixed onto the pump, whereas the inner track is fixed onto the shaft that allows for rotational movement. So these two bearings are the bearings that we just replaced from our pumps. Note that they're rusted pretty quickly if you just leave it up in the atmosphere because our humidity in the farm is pretty high. So what happens with the failure of bearing is over time you have wear and tear, and essentially you wear out the ball bearings inside this mechanical bearing, and you see that the oil have already dried up. So as you run this bearing over time, you will see a higher frictional load on your pumps, and you will see the pump giving out this very high pitch noise. That is when you know you need to replace the bearings. So for us, the initial bearing that came with the pump, we had to replace it after 6 months, and after that we replaced with a better, higher quality grade bearing because you don't want to be having to service your pump every time. So for us, we'll be running about 1 year before we had to replace this bearing. This bearing could be available in any commonly available hardware shops. You just need to know the typical part number for your pump, and you're just gonna get the replacement. So for us, it's about 1 year. We could change this bearing out in about 1.5 hours. So for those who are not very familiar with this, probably you could get a standby pump just to get it to run while you change out the bearing, or to look for any service provider that do. So that's all for today. So thanks again for visiting us